We've just passed the halfway mark for Skeleton Crew, and it's at this point these shows really kick into gear.
Sorry, Atattin been playing tricks on me memory circuits.
Whilst the galaxy's most mysterious planet and the enigmatic Jod and Howard has dominated fan speculation, attentions are now turning towards how it all ends.
Hey, Fern.
Jod, you actually...
Secrets are unraveling that could reshape not only the kids' lives, but the entire Star Wars galaxy.
Yes, I do remember Atattin.
Before we jump in, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on today's video if you enjoy it, and if you want to catch more of our Skeleton Crew theories and wider Star Wars videos, then don't forget to subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into Skeleton Crew and how it all ends.
And then he told me, if anyone ever comes poking around, looking for the treasure,
Give me the blaster.
he told me to pull them apart.
The story so far has been a thrilling blend of danger, mystery and discovery. The kids, accompanied by Jod, have travelled across the galaxy from pirate starports to war-ravaged worlds, uncovering unsettling truths about Atattin and his place among the jewels of the Old Republic. Most recently, we followed the group as they traced the coordinates provided by Kim in their quest to find their way back home. From above the clouds, their destination seemed like the utopia they had longed to return to, but the reality was starkly different. Upon landing, they discovered a planet devastated by war and stripped of its former glory.
Ashy dust. It's a lot like my home planet, actually.
Attin, as it was called, bore a striking resemblance to Atattin, not just in name but in nearly every detail. The planet's structures mirrored those of home, with identical schools, houses and landmarks all situated in eerily familiar spots. Even Attin had a supervisor tower, though here was known as the Fallen Sanctum. It's here that Fern takes a bold step, hacking into SM-33 and ordering him to remember everything about Atattin, suspecting it was his captain who had made him forget. SM-33 complies and, as expected, reveals he had been to this world before. In a chilling confession, he recounts how his captain killed his own crew to keep Atattin's coordinates a secret, even ordering SM-33 to eliminate anyone who dared to search for the treasure. It's clear these revelations are only the beginning, with even darker truths yet to be uncovered. So how will Skeleton Crew end? There's still plenty for the show to clear up before it's time to say farewell. One thing seems certain: the kids will return to Atattin before the season finale. In fact, I suspect they might arrive there sooner than expected, setting the stage for the season's climactic conflicts. Following their journey to Attin, the group were unable to obtain the coordinates or a map back home.
Yeah, they're gone.
Who would do that?
Leaving them seemingly at a dead end. However, they did uncover coordinates for the other worlds of wonder, the planets that once made up the jewels of the Old Republic. I believe this will become their next step, and in many ways is their only clear path forward in their quest to find their way back. Just because the coordinates for Atattin were erased from Attin doesn't mean the other worlds won't hold vital clues. It's on these other planets that I suspect will uncover more about the mystery of Atattin and why it's the only jewel to have survived. With the kids' complicated relationship with Jod continuing to be a central theme of the show, I expect there'll be more ups and downs before we get a definitive answer on whether he can fully be trusted. And while the question of why no one believed Atattin was real has been answered, it's already been replaced by an even larger mystery. Why is it the only jewel of the Old Republic that wasn't destroyed? So let's start with Jod. I think the breadcrumbs scattered throughout the show suggest that Jod's truth lies somewhere between the man he claims to be and the man others remember him as. His various aliases paint a picture of someone who's spent years running, adapting and surviving, yet it's that moment in episode 3 where he's forced to choose between telling the truth or being captured by the New Republic. That feels like our first genuine glimpse of who Jod truly is. In that moment, he admits to the kid that he's just like them.
Okay? I'm lost. I'm alone.
Piecing together the clues, it seems likely that Jod may have started out as part of the Jedi Order before its fall. However, after the Order's destruction, he was left to fend for himself, carving out a life on the fringes of the galaxy, a life that eventually led him down the path of piracy. What's fascinating is how Jod's story and his potential redemption arc intertwine with the show's other big mysteries, Atattin. As it becomes increasingly clear, SM-33's captain wasn't just on a treasure hunt. After stopping at Attin and erasing the coordinates to Atattin, it seems the captain never intended to simply take its treasure. Instead, he decided to stay. He became the planet's unseen ruler, maintaining control through the mysterious supervisor system, a plan he likely devised after realizing the jewels all shared similar societal structures.
There lies the Fallen Sanctum.
If the captain truly stayed to rule Atattin from the shadows, it raises the questions about what his ultimate plan might be and what kind of threat he still poses. I believe it will be revealed that the captain is alive and well, still in control of Atattin despite Kim's claim that the jewels were destroyed long ago, and let's not rule out some intriguing possibilities. Perhaps he isn't even a human. He could be an alien species with a long lifespan, or maybe even a droid. After all, even droids need credits, they need the occasional oil bath, right? However, the captain potentially being the supervisor is only half the story. What we're about to dive into shortly could change everything. But the bottom line is, the captain may still be alive to this very day, but why would he choose Atattin as the place to stay? I think the answer is simple. This one was the best of the bunch, perhaps even the crown jewel of the Old Republic. The treasure it possessed was far greater than anything found on the other jewels. Atattin is clearly a money world, and given the pristine condition of Wim's Old Republic credits,
Where'd you two find an Old Republic credit in mint condition?
I suspect Atattin is where these credits were minted, and perhaps even where the materials for them were mined. In Star Wars, gold-coloured credits are made from a rare and valuable metal called rhodium, used for higher value denominations, while durasteel is used for the lower value ones. This points to the possibility that Atattin is a planet rich in rhodium, one of the rarest and most valuable metals in the galaxy. After the kids posed a question about what their parents were analysing,
About money.
the truth becomes even clearer. Once the group returns to Atattin, I think we'll see Jod initially sticking to his original plan of finding riches there, giving in to his greed. He might even betray the kids, the very people whose trust he's worked so hard to build throughout their journey. However, as events unfold, I believe Jod will ultimately come good in the end, helping the kids take down the supervisor and free Atattin. We'll call this part the battle to save Atattin for now because it sounds dramatic. In reality, it'll likely be more of a small secretive mission. The kids, with Jod's help, will try and infiltrate the supervisor's tower to shut down the oppressive system that has turned Atattin into a sort of prison planet. Now, while there are some positives to having a planet in Star Wars completely free of the chaos engulfing the galaxy, let's be honest, it's a mess most of the time. The inhabitants of Atattin probably wouldn't see it that way. You see, they haven't experienced the galaxy's turmoil firsthand to truly understand what it's like. But if this so-called peace means turning your back on your kids when they're lost in space, refusing to contact the Republic, which you're supposedly serving for help,
The supervisor is unable to risk any contact.
then it's safe to say most of the population's decisions are deeply flawed. In the process of this mission, I believe Jod will atone for his past mistakes, as well as any missteps he's made along the way with the kids. In return, he might even earn himself a place on Atattin as a fresh start. As for the planet itself, it's likely they'll appoint one of its citizens as the new supervisor, or perhaps even move toward a more democratic system. Either way, the story seems poised for a resolution that brings hope to both Jod and Atattin itself. So we've discussed the possibility of the Onyx Cinder's captain claiming Atattin as his own, albeit from the shadows, but what if his story doesn't end with Jod and the kids catching up to him? What if his defeat only uncovers an even greater threat on the horizon? One of the most talked about theories, and one we haven't explored yet, but I feel deserves mention, is the possibility that the supervisor, or the captain if it turns out to be him, has some kind of connection to Thrawn or the remnants of the Empire.
A frightening reality for those who may oppose us.
This could set the stage to bring Jod and perhaps even the kids into the larger galactic conflicts. Now, we know Atattin is a hidden planet, its location erased from maps and protected by secrecy. Thrawn, brilliant as he is, wouldn't know about it unless the captain revealed its existence. This makes the captain's potential connection to Thrawn even more intriguing. If the two are pre-existing allies, the captain might offer Atattin's wealth, its credit mint, or rhodium reserves as a means to fund Thrawn's fleet and his plans to restore the Empire. Alternatively, if the captain is left vulnerable after the events of the season, he might actively seek out Thrawn or the Empire for protection, trading Atattin's secrets in exchange for their support. This potential for the captain's survival opens the door to even bigger threats after the battle to save Atattin. Threats that could pull the kids and Jod into the galaxy's larger conflicts. This dynamic would align with the Empire's history of working with opportunists and outsiders to achieve their goals. And imagine the dramatic stakes if after liberating Atattin, Jod and the kids realise their victories inadvertently exposed the planet to an even greater danger, Thrawn's influence. But what's more, Thrawn's deep knowledge of galactic history and artifacts also opens another possibility. If Atattin, as part of the Jewels of the Old Republic, holds relics or information tied to the Old Republic itself, Thrawn's strategic mind would undoubtedly see value in it. For him, Atattin wouldn't just be a financial resource, it could be the key to understanding or exploiting galactic history to further his plans. Although Skeleton Crew has been pitched as a one-season show, this unresolved tension could pave the way for a second season. It could explore the fallout of the captain's actions and how Atattin's liberation sets off a chain of events that pulls Jod, the kids, and the planet itself into the wider struggles of the galaxy. This setup not only expands Skeleton Crew's scope, but it ties it more deeply into the interconnected narrative of the New Republic era.
You want to work for the New Republic.
So as Skeleton Crew moves into the second half of the season, the stakes have never been higher. The revelations about Atattin and this enigmatic ruler have raised questions not just about the planet's past, but also its future. Once a hidden stronghold of the Old Republic, Atattin's secrets, its uranium reserves, and the supervisor system have made it a prize of immense value. The captain's role in erasing Atattin from the galaxy's maps suggests his motivations went far beyond treasure. His continued survival would not only threaten Atattin's freedom, but could draw the attention of larger forces. If the captain escapes, his knowledge of the planet's resources might place it directly in the crosshairs of Thrawn or the Imperial remnants, and it's this possibility that ties Skeleton Crew into the larger Star Wars timeline, emphasizing its place within the New Republic era. John the Kid's likely fight to liberate Atattin looks to be about reclaiming their home, but potentially it could become about protecting it from becoming a pawn in a larger conflict. These unresolved tensions leave the door open for further exploration as well, allowing Skeleton Crew to expand beyond its original one-season scope and deepen its connection to the broader galaxy. Anyway, these are my thoughts on the direction the show seems to be heading in. It's unlikely that everything will play out exactly as I foresee, but the clues we've uncovered so far certainly suggest that something along these lines could be the case. Who knows though? There are bound to be more mysteries and surprises coming our way, some of which could completely change everything. But do you think Thrawn or the Imperial remnants could yet play a role in Skeleton Crew? The show's set in a New Republic era for a reason, right? As always, drop your thoughts, theories, and wildest speculations down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today's video, and remember to subscribe if you'd like to catch more. I'll see you in the next one, and may the Force be with you.